Happy birthday, dear mommy. Happy birthday to Blow it out! Blow it out! Don't you lose sight of what you want. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see from the title, this video is going to be about why I left the Navy and what's next for me. Alright, so as you can see, we've done some rebranding with the channel. We're now going to go by boats to books, and that's to give you a little that's a little hint into like what we're going to get into in this channel moving on into the future. So a little bit about me. I don't know if I've ever like told a video about me, but here you guys go. So I served in the Navy from 2019 to 2014. I joined the Navy because I was in college at the time, but I had ended up, I wasn't really focused in college. My grades weren't bad, but I wasn't really like locked in, So I ended up, and I also ended up getting a girl pregnant. So thinking that because I dropped out of college that one semester, when I had gotten my girlfriend pregnant, I was thinking, oh, I won't be able to, they're not gonna pay for my school anymore, like financial aid. So, and I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't really want a job, like a regular just high school diploma job that you're gonna slave away at, that you don't really love. If I'm gonna slave away at a job, I want to actually be interested in it and love what I'm doing. And I know that I couldn't accomplish that without an education with what I really wanted to do. So I ended up joining the Navy because I knew that if you joined the Navy, you'd get school paid for. So I served from 2019 to 2024. December 26th was my last day in the Navy. Not December 26th, May 16th was my last day. What am I saying? May 16th was my last day, 2024, in the Navy. So when I joined the Navy, I had never traveled before. I had never been out of the state of New York before. But of course, right after I joined, and I'm going through A school, of course, COVID hits, I didn't want to travel around and hit port to port to port. So, of course, COVID hit, which slowed things down for me a lot in the beginning, year and a half, I would say, of my Navy career. I was on deployment and stuff, but we really weren't able to hit a lot of places. But towards the latter stages, we did end up going to a bunch. So I've been to a bunch of places, seen a lot of things. So that's good. But I was stationed out in San Diego, which was the best. I think that's the best the Navy has to offer out there. The best weather, the best food, the best Navy culture out there. I love San Diego. I ended up moving to Jacksonville a few years after that because I joined on DES. So 2 years after reaching San Diego, I was stationed in Jacksonville, where I was in OS at. And the ship I was serving on in Jacksonville, I was only on it for literally a few months before I injured my shoulder, as you can see. So I injured my shoulder in, I want to say August of 22. I injured my shoulder. And I went to my ship and I said, hey, my shoulder's injured and I know what's going on because I've already had surgery on this shoulder before. So I'm pretty sure I need to go see a doctor. Now, this was literally at a arming port before deployment. We're literally just days away from going out on deployment, arming the ship. So they're like, oh, you're gonna have to wait until after deployment. I'm being told oh, you'll just have to take ibuprofen and just basically just suck it up and deal with it, kind of a thing. You're going on this deployment. That's basically what I was being told. So I did end up going on the deployment, actually. So it took us about I think it was a month to get across the Atlantic to where we were. Not that long, but maybe somewhere around there. So once we get over to where our deployment area is at, I've been at medical daily complaining my shoulder. I know it hurts. My shoulder was popping. I could feel it if I move it, just boom, 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 boom. and it was painful too. So I'm trying to tell these people like, hey, like I need to go see a doctor or whatever. So I ended up getting flown to the carrier finally after the HM on the ship was like, yeah, I emailed the carrier doctors and they said they don't think there's nothing that they could do either or something like that. But then one night I remember getting woken up out of my sleep and someone was like, HMC's in combat and he wants to talk to you. So when I went there, he was like, yeah, so the doctors actually are like gonna see you and stuff like that. You're gonna get flown off. Like I think it was like the next day or a few days after. So I was like, I was like, I was happy. I'm like, yes, yes. Like I already know. Like so once I got there and got seen, it literally took like 10 minutes before they were like, yeah, like there's nothing that we can do for you. You need like, you need surgical intervention on that, on my shoulder. So and it was like when I went back to my shit, like I could tell everyone's faces because they thought that I was like making it up. But when they were all like, oh, like the doctor said it, like they x-rayed you and all that, and they said like your shoulder's like actually like messed up and you have to get flown off. Like everyone was looking like shocked that that had actually like happened, And I was like, I was telling y'all the whole time, like I ain't got nothing to lie about. Like I was telling y'all my shoulder was messed up. So all in all, instead of the Navy having me see a doctor in Virginia, where we were at to rearm. Now I was all the way across the ocean, like right off the coast of Italy, and now they have to pay to fly me back to Jacksonville. So the Navy like cost themselves more money. But that was in August, early September of 2022. So once I got back to Jacksonville, I had to check into this like limdo command kind of a thing. And when I was there, I'm telling you, like at first you're like, man, I'm not working at all. Like I'm not on the ship. I'm living my life. Like everyone in the Navy knows, like if you like go from like deployment, like preparing for deployment and all that to like literally not having like anything to do, you think that's like the best thing in the world. But it doesn't last for long though, I'm telling you, before you're just like, man, like I really wish I was like on the ship again, like, which is crazy to say. I know that's crazy to say, but I think I missed just like working, like having something to do. I was getting like bored with myself kind of a thing. Um, but the process took like OD long. I don't think I actually had surgery on my shoulder until that February. And then I didn't get out of the Navy. In February of 23, I had surgery, but I wasn't out of the Navy until May of 24. Like the process was like OD long. Like it's a lot of just like waiting around. We can get more deep into like an actual like limdo and like med board process in the Navy and like what to expect and things like that. But it took like OD long in my opinion. But I mean, I'm happy I'm out now though. So yeah, I got out. I came back home. I've been out of the Navy now for about 3 months, and it's been amazing. Like I love it. Um, a little bit stressful, but all in all, like I enjoyed being back home. So I will be using. I don't know yet if I'm using VRNE or if I'm using a post 9/11, but I am attending school in the fall, and I will be going back as a bio major, and my end goal is to become a doctor. That's what I was in school for before, was biology major, and I love science. I love learning, and I'm like so ready to hop back into learning and just like bettering myself and really like setting myself up for a future life that it will be like, things won't be too stressful, at least for the financial side of things and the working side of things. Like I'll like what I'm doing as well as being able to provide for my family. So this YouTube channel is going to be now revamped into like a week of my life, like vlogs with college and school. Like I'm gonna have my family in these vlogs a lot. I'm gonna talk a lot about like after the Navy, like VA things, VA processes. I'll still like answer questions about people like who are thinking of joining the Navy or any branch. If I'll do like Q&As. Like if you guys leave a comment, I really try to answer like everyone's questions. But yeah, this is where I'm at now. Just enjoying these last few weeks of summer before school wrap up. I have a full schedule coming in the fall, and I really want to document my life. I'm gonna document this part of my life so that one day I can go back, 10 years from now and be like, man, look at where I was. Just like the idea of becoming a doctor and then hopefully like actually practicing medicine is, where I'll end up. And I'm not gonna say hopefully, like it is where I'm gonna end up, because like I know that if I give it my all, there's nothing that I really can't do. But if any of you guys would like to come along this journey with me, just please subscribe to the channel. I promise you, I promise there's gonna be at least once a week videos on this channel about all things. Maybe it's a vlog, maybe it's a day in my life. I don't know exactly, but I'm really gonna document everything that I do from here on out. Make sure that's all I had to say for this one. Yeah, so that's it. Your boy about to be having a lock in on these classes. I'm retaking Gen Chem, even though I already took Gen Chem and passed it with a B, I think, in college. I'm gonna retake it just because I don't want to go into organic chemistry before doing Gen Chem again, at least so I'm gonna redo that. And then I'm in a bio class, I'm in stats and a bunch of other classes. So I'm ready to learn, ready to lock in, and I'm ready to take you guys on this journey with me. So again, if you're interested, please like, comment, any future videos that you want to see, any questions that you have for me, and subscribe to the channel so that you can stay updated whenever I drop new videos. Thank you.